Hey everybody, it's Meredith Strick with SvelteTraining.com, and today in this video I want to show you my #1 favorite stretch for tight hips, and it is absolutely a game changer for my clients. It's been a game changer for me, having a 10-month-old, being on the floor a lot in this cross-legged position. I've had a lot of hip pain, and this one stretch alone has really changed my life. So I want to share that with you right now. We're going to go through a step-by-step plan of it so that you can start implementing it into your stretching sequence, or at the end of your workout, or when you wake up, or about when you go to bed. It's really the most versatile stretch I have ever done, and I want to share it with you. So let's get started. All right, so as you can see, I've got a yoga mat. You don't necessarily need a yoga mat if you have, or if you're on the carpet. You can do this on your bed. The biggest thing is you're just going to want a little bit of support on your front and back knee if that's a towel or something like that. But you don't need any equipment for this. So it is a variation of the traditional pigeon pose that you will see in yoga. So first thing we're going to start with is just on your hands and knees. And I always like to just activate my core a little bit before I get into any stretch. So if you're doing this cold, meaning this isn't after a workout, what I would say is get on all fours and just circle your body around and just get your hips and your arms and your shoulders and your back, pretty much your body, just ready to get into this position. So we're going to do 10 clockwise, really rocking forward and over, pulling the core in the entire time. Then we're going to do 5 counterclockwise. So if you have wrist problems, you can see how spread my fingers are. That's super important because it's going to take pressure off your wrists, and it won't hurt your arm, because the last thing we want to do is prevent you from doing these stretches because it's putting too much stress on other joints. So after we've warmed up, 5, we'll call them body circles in one direction, 5 in the other, and then maintain that tabletop position. Then what you're going to do is take that left leg, straighten it out, ground those right toes. Okay, follow me here. Straight left leg, ground the right toe. You're going to push up a little bit and then bring your left knee in between your hands. So I'm pressing up nice and tall here, up onto your fingertips. If your fingertips hurt, try the fist. Thing I want to accomplish is that your chest is super tall. Okay, you're looking forward, you're breathing evenly, and as you sit into this, you'll find that your butt and hips are getting an amazing stretch. So just nice even breath. Hold this for about 10 seconds and just listen to my voice in through the nose, out through the mouth, and just try to sit evenly, meaning your knee is really in between your hands, your chest is up, chin is up, core is always tight. Now, if you want to get a little bit deeper, what you can do is lean forward. Now, if this is too much for you, but you want to push a little bit, what you can do is stack your fists and rest your head on your hands, or you can simply just stay here almost in like a sphinx pose, as it'll put a little bit less pressure. But if you feel like you really want to go a lot deeper, just lay your hand in between your hands and just take a big breath. Great hip stretch here. Now what you're going to do is slowly come back up into that fingertip or fist position. And next, you're going to take that opposite hip, so meaning that right leg that's straight back. What I want you to do is just shift towards your right and press forward. So you're going to feel a great stretch in your hip flexor. So keep holding this. I'm going to show you something real quick. Your hip flexor is just straight in front. So on the right side, when you're doing this shift, you should feel a great stretch there, as well as through the lower abs and your hips on your hip on the right side. So stretch here, hold it 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, and then just come back to center, chest up, chin up, and then from here, you're going to reverse the position. So hands down, nice wide fingers. You're going to push yourself back into that tabletop. What you do is just release your back here for a second. Roll your neck, shift from side to side, and really just get to know your body. When I say get to know your body, I mean just shift from side to side and see what feels good, because what feels good for me might not necessarily feel good for you in terms of these loosening exercises. Like when I do this, I get a great little pop in my lower back, and then I feel like, okay, I'm ready to move forward. If you need to, feel like you need to stretch a little bit more before you move into that other side, just move side to side, okay? Move side to side, back and forth, and take a big breath. Remember, we're going to go through step by step. Nice wide fingers. Straighten the right leg. Ground the left toe. Pushing up, right knee in between your hands. And then you're pushing up nice and tall. Remember, if you need to, you can go with your fist. But really, the most important thing is that you're breathing and you're feeling a good stretch. If you're feeling pain, you don't want to feel pain. If it's tight, that's okay. But if it's really hurting you, then what you can also do is kind of just lean forward, and it will take a little bit of pressure off that back. But if you can, sit nice and tall for 10 seconds or use those fists, even breathing. Just listen to me here. Really push that hip, that right butt cheek down towards the mat, and you will feel a great stretch. Now, if your right side is way, way tighter than your left side, that's normal, right? One side might be tighter than the other. I know for sure my right side is tighter because I cross my legs like that when I sit. And so I know for sure that I'm feeling a lot deeper stretch in some different places on this right side. So take a big breath here, roll out your neck, and if you need a little bit more or you feel like you can go deeper, come forward if you need to. You can stack your hands and just rest your head on your hands. Or you just come fully down and just melt your head into the ground. Big breath in through your nose, release nice and slow out through your mouth. Now come back up into that fingertip or fist position. And now we're going to do that same kind of leaning, rocking onto the left side. So as I'm here, I'm going to push. So you can see how I'm shifting my weight more onto this left hip flexor. So you can feel that big stretch there. And you notice too how I'm tweaking this. Just like what feels good for you, find out what your body likes. Everybody is different. So as you're shifting, feel that stretch. And instead of going back and forth, once you feel a stretch, sit there. Really feel it. Take a big breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Hold it for 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2. Now come back to that regular starting pigeon position. Then we're going to reverse, right? Come up onto your knee, push that right foot back, and just shake out your body. See what feels good for you. And then just end by coming into this child's pose and just resting your head. Take a big breath in through your nose, out through your mouth, and then come back to tabletop. Now, if you've seen this stretch before, a lot of people just say like, hey, you're done, good job. What I found that when I come directly out from that position and try to stand up, it doesn't feel right, like something feels off. So what I want you to do, once we are done here, I want you to come into a sitting position, and I just want you to come into a butterfly position and just sit here just for a second. Big breath in, chest up, chin up, core tight, and just push your knees down towards the ground. I found that this helps a lot, that when I go to stand up, I don't feel loose or weak. I know a lot of the times that when I did this before, when I stood up, it just didn't feel right. So for me, and I think for you as well, doing this last little piece will help to make sure that you're getting all the benefits of that pigeon pose. So again, this was my #1 stretch for tight hips. It's been a game changer for me. And if you guys like this video, if you like this stretch, make sure you comment down below how many seconds you're holding, where you're feeling it, because it helps me create better videos for you. And also, if you like this, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can see all kinds more stretches and low impact, high intensity workouts. All right, see you guys.